People that experience a midlife crisis are usually avoidantly attached, and there is a reason for this. Avoidants, they spend a lifetime bottling up their emotions, suppressing their true authentic self, not processing emotions, avoiding self-reflection, and avoiding life problems in general, because that's why they're called avoidant. They avoid. They haven't learned the skills to cope with and handle emotional and relationship and life stress. This goes back to childhood. This person was emotionally neglected by their parents or their caretakers, and their feelings were routinely dismissed. If they expressed themselves, they usually got rejected, sometimes even worse. Sometimes when they expressed their feelings, they even got reprimanded or punished. So they learned that if they're their true authentic self, if they express themselves and their emotions, they get rejected, they get abandoned. And because of this, they learn to be people pleasers. They learn to cater to the needs of others while suppressing their true authentic self. And they do this to get the external validation that they so desperately want. Avoidants have a low self-esteem. This is because they weren't shown the love in childhood. And they rely on external validation to feel better about themselves. They don't know how to internally validate themselves. So a lifetime of people-pleasing and suppressing themselves and avoiding emotions can reach a boiling point in midlife. A midlife crisis often happens between the ages of 40 and 60, but it can actually happen in their 30s too. When all these life stresses add up and add up and add up, and then the avoidant is now facing their own age, their own mortality, they can get overwhelmed and it can reach a breaking point. When avoidants get triggered, they take their feelings and they suppress them. They bury them even more than usual. And they can resort to very selfish behaviors because they are seeking to self-soothe. They are seeking that dopamine rush. They're seeking to feel better about themselves. And these can result in behaviors that are actually quite hurtful to others. It can be abruptly leaving a relationship, cheating on a partner or a spouse, spending recklessly, financial, complete recklessness, buying that expensive car, or withdrawing from a group of friends, or finding a whole new group of friends in general, becoming an entirely different person. This is the result of a person that does not even know their true authentic self because they have suppressed themselves for their entire life. Often they are trying to find themselves, but they're doing so, unfortunately, often at the expense of others around them. If your partner is an avoidant or your ex, and they abruptly ended the relationship, discarded you, or cheated on you out of nowhere and had a midlife crisis, it is not your fault. It's not your fault at all. This is a reflection of this person spending a lifetime suppressing themselves, bottling up their emotions, not self-reflecting, avoiding problems. It reached a boiling point in their life. And unfortunately, you were on the receiving end of it. It's not something that you deserved, but it's also important to understand where it comes from. It's a reflection of their unhealed attachment wounds as well as their character.